I tell you, the dragonborn comes. You'll know the dragonborn's come.
Hi guys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. We've just finished the Dampened Spirits quest, and we're delving ever deeper into the plot to destroy the Thieves Guild. So we've now been sent off to speak to Mercer to give our news from the last quest.
I've consulted my contacts regarding the information you recovered from Gold.
And he's his usual happy self here.
It would seem our adversary is attempting to take us apart indirectly by angering Maven Blackbriar. Very clever. Don't dismiss.
And I apologise for the video quality, at least at the beginning here. I had to use some old footage because the file on my last video got corrupted. So it does get better in a couple of minutes, so bear with me.
Because even after all their posturing and planning, they've made a mistake. The parchment you recovered mentions a Godjal lie. According to my sources, that's an old alias used by one of our contacts. His real name is Gullum Eye. Slimy bastard. Gullum Eye is our inside man at the East Empire Company in Solitude. I'm betting he acted as a go-between for the sale of Golden Glow Estate and that he can finger our buyer. Get out there, shake him down, see what you come up with. Talk to Niamh before you leave if you have any questions.
Yes, I didn't pop over to Niamh and have a little chat, see exactly what I'm dealing with here.
I can't believe Gullum Eye's mixed up in all this. That Argonian couldn't find his tail with both hands. Don't get me wrong. He could scam a beggar out of his last septim, but he's no mastermind. Trouble? Huh. He's one of the most stubborn lizards I've ever met. You have your work cut out for you. You're going to have to buy him off. It's the only way to get his attention. If that fails, follow him and see what he's up to. If I know Gullum Eye, he's in way over his head, and you'll be able to use it as leverage. I'm glad to see you're embracing our methods. It would be a waste to lose a contact at the East Empire.
Thieves with honour, guys, that's what we are, thieves with honour.
Just keep on Gullum Eye's tail, and he's bound to step into something he can't scrape off his boot. Good luck in Solitude.
Okay, I'm going to do this quest in a slightly different way. I'm going to go through the whole process, go through the warehouse at the end and the little cave system, and then I'm going to loot after I've done everything. And I'm actually going to put that in a separate video, otherwise the video will be hugely long. So essentially I'm going to go there, do the quest, go through all the enemies, report back to Mercer, and then, like I say, I'll release another video for showing you exactly where to loot and what you can pick up. I don't think it's the right way to do it, but I thought I'd give it a go that way. And I love this little character as well, he's actually quite amusing.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever. Take a load off and enjoy the atmosphere.
So, what do we have here? I don't deal in land or property. Now, if
yeah, we can go through the whole dialogue as usual. No, I'm doing this more as a walkthrough, because there's a few parts to this and a few little techniques which are quite good.
Glow Estate. My apologies. I'm sorry to say I know very little about that bee farm, was it? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I can't be expected to remember every deal I handle. Well, now that you mention it, there is something I've been trying to get my hands on. I have a buyer
bribing is the
looking
easiest
for
way
a
to do
case
it.
of firebrand wine. There just so happens to be a single case in the Blue Palace. Bring it to me, and we'll talk about Golden Glow Estate.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak away around. I'm using my illusion spells, invisibility and muffle, because I'm trying to enhance my sneak. So this is actually quite an easy and cheap way of doing it. And just disappear.
Get bored, stranger.
I'm bored. Let's play a game.
I keep on getting seen as well. You'll see the eye pop up every now and again, and I think that's the birds flying overhead. I'm not really sure. I know dragons see me when I'm invisible, and bears can as well. And this gives me an opportunity to come down and grab one of those gems. I've forgotten what they're called now. I think there's about 24 of them or something in the game. And there's one here. Now if you're not going to do this, just come through the gate or open the doors into the palace, and you're going to hook a left. Go through the hallway here, and you hook a left. You can see where the mission marker is. We'll go left there, but we're going to nip up here into the Jarl's room.
I swear to you, unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
That's what you want. The Stone of Berenzire. By all accounts. I think I've got 3 so far. Now bear in mind when I'm doing this, my sneak skills are increasing. So
Take care of the cave as well,
you could wander around here for a bit if you've got the time. Here you go.
Thane Bryling, what do you have to report about the state of Hafingar's defenses?
The news is the same as it's been for the rest of the war, Your Grace. Our borders are secure, but at the cost of the guards of our towns and roads.
As long as those dogs stay outside of our borders, we're fine.
The Stormcloaks are far from being a threat to the whole. The roads are beset by bandits and beasts, and now there's even talk of bloody dragons.
Okay, head off back to
Less commerce. Less commerce
give him
means
the
less money
case
and
of
more starving people.
wine.
And that means more crime.
Actually, interesting enough, while we're doing this is I've always been thinking about the Civil War quest, and I've never actually bothered doing that because well, it just hasn't really interested me. I might do it on this character as a playthrough. Look at the gawpy face, the expression on her face. Oh god, what a mouth breather. That's not pretty. Anyway, yeah, the Civil War case says I'm probably going to go with the Imperials actually, because the more I'm listening to actual storyline, as you're interacting with NPCs and stuff, and it's becoming quite apparent that Uthric, or Ulthric, whatever, he's really doing it for himself. He's started the whole Civil War for his own political gain and gaining power, and now the Imperials are not particularly pleasant, but they have brought law and order and wealth and comfort to the citizens of Skyrim. So when you actually just go a little bit beyond surface level, they're the ones which are actually best for Skyrim. So if I do go down the Civil War quest, I may actually go on the side of the Imperials, which kind of makes me regret joining the Dark Brotherhood. And indeed, if I do another playthrough of Skyrim, I will probably kill Astrid right at the beginning. I didn't do it this time because I wanted the shrouded armour, but I kind of regret it. And actually, I did try and kill her, if I remember rightly, silver armour, but I was just too weak, and no matter how I tried, no matter how many times I tried, I just couldn't kill her. So I just went along with the Dark Brotherhood quest. So I may actually use that to get up to Astrid, not Astrid, I'm talking about Shadowmere, and then just drop it, because I don't like the Dark Brotherhood at all.
Oh, hey there.
Ah, I see you have the wine. Hand it over, and we'll talk.
Seems there's always more to be done.
Good. Can't have the buyer getting impatient and looking elsewhere for this, can we? Here, take this. I certainly can't use it, but I suppose I need to pay you something for the goods.
Loud customers mean good cheer, and good cheer.
Not at all. I consider it an investment, prolonging my life. As far as Golden Glow Estate goes, I'll tell you what I know. I was approached by a woman who wanted me to act as the broker for something big. She flashed a bag of gold in my face.
And you always get soul gems as a gift as well, which is damn handy if you're
I brought in the
trying to level up your enchanting skills.
Her copy of the deed.
I'm not retiring, ever. End of discussion.
Not at all. I tend not to ask too many questions when I'm on the job. I'm sure you understand. However, I did notice she was quite angry. It was being directed at Mercer Frey. In this business, we rarely deal in names. Our identity comes from how much coin we carry. Look, that's all I know. I never promised you I'd have all the answers. Now, since our transaction is done, I'll be on my way.
He thinks he's not telling the whole
He
truth.
decided to check us out.
He's okay. A little.
You again. We have nothing else to discuss. Now move.
Yes, what we can do now is follow him, and on the way down, I'm going to pickpocket him. He's got a couple of keys in there which I want. I want the keys because I don't want to be seen entering into or lockpicking a door down on the docks. And there are a lot of guards around, so this just makes it a lot easier. And it's quite fun to do it as well. And as usual, just before you do it, make sure you do a quick save because it's quite easy to get caught. There you go, that's what I want, the warehouse key. I don't bother with anything else. And now it's just a question just following all the way down. If you want, you can run past him and meet him at the docks. Of course, having the invisibility spell really does help when you're doing this. In fact, I'm rocking the invisibility spells at the moment. They're fantastic. Brings a whole new dimension to the game, really. In fact, I think I'd go as far as to say this build has been the most fun I've ever done. I mean, I haven't had that many builds, but as far as the ones I've had, this build's great. You have to really think about what you're doing. rather than just going tanked up on armour, huge one-handed or two-handed skills, and just battering everything or getting massive destruction skills going and just blasting everybody with flame and shock, etc. It's yeah, this adds a whole load of dimensions to the game. So I've deliberately kept myself fairly limited in the attack options, apart from illusion. Conjuration is obviously going to be a big one, and archery, my main offensive thing. But where I do find I'm lacking is travelling. So if I get attacked, say, by a bear or a spriggan, I'm pretty vulnerable. And that makes it interesting. I mean, there's not many guards around at the moment, but quite often there are. That's why I didn't really want to risk the lickpocking, lockpicking, and picking his pockets was always fun to do if you get away with it. I've just noticed I'm starting to whisper when I'm in sneak mode. Oh well. Excuse me. And that's what I wanted. Assassin's Blade. That's why it's worth taking the extra little bit of time for sneaking everywhere if you can. It just slowly knocks up your sneak level. I'm really unsure whether it's waste the perk point on Lightfoot. I'll have to give that a bit of thought. I'm not sure. I'll give that a bit of thought anyway later on. Okay, as I mentioned at the beginning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this without doing any looting on the way. I'm basically going to work through all the enemies right through to the end. In fact, all the way back to Riften. And then I'm going to show you the looting later on in a separate video. That's to keep this, because the video's going to be quite long anyway. It's quite a lengthy warehouse into a cave system. So I thought I'd get that bit done, and if you want to know what's lootable and where the loot is, then there's a whole video for it. And obviously you choose your own playstyle. With this, obviously I'm doing a sneaky archer at this stage, and I'll mix it up with a bit of illusion and a bit of assassination as well. So. And I'll start mixing up everything, obviously the more I get familiar with this build.
Did you hear something? Must be my imagination.
Yeah, we just come back to them later on to rob them. I thought they were staffs. That's why I had to do a double check. This is why I really, really am happy with the quiet casting perk. Nom 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 nom. He just walked right past the bloke who's dead, and just a casual glance, oh, you're dead, and just carries on. Gotta love Skyrim. Okay, we go into a fun little cave system. A lot of these guys are actually quite tanky, so you've got to treat them with a bit of respect. And it also shows the limitations of some of the spells I'm casting, because some of them are impervious to it, so you have to choose your target quite carefully. Yeah, bloody bear trap. always fall into. That one did quite a lot of damage. Yeah, that didn't work on the orc, so we'll have to try and get the other guy.
I was sure I heard something.
Didn't last long, did he? Yeah, I should have. I got that completely arsed about face there. should have hit him with the bound bow first, then hit him with the calm spell. But hey, I'm an idiot. There's some handy little potions here, that's why I'm going to grab them now. These could come in useful later on. Ooh, right in the neck. There is a little shortcut going through there where you take on a couple of spiders. That brings you the other side of those two, but I can't see the point of doing it. There's nothing there to loot. There's another little tunnel off to the left somewhere down here, I think. A bit further along. Well, there's a dog and a load of traps. Again, there's no benefit of going down them. So now we're going to do a bit of assassination. And I completely balls it up. Yes, the assassin's blade is really handy here. Oh, she's twitching like a good one. Oh, another better trap. Oh. Too powerful for the frenzy spell. So just hide out the way and try the other guy.
Huh?
I'm sure I heard something.
That works. Let them beat the crap out of each other and we just finish what's left.
Can't wait to count out your coin. Kill you if I have had enough of you.
After all.
She just killed her buddy. Nothing here after all. Oh, great. Job done. For a bit of knife work, methinks. Good night. Just one bandit left.
Anything rash. This isn't as bad as it seems. I was gonna tell Mercer about everything, honestly. Please, he'll have me killed. I see you wish to be reasonable. Perhaps I misjudged you. The name of the person you want is Carlia. Mercer never told you about her? Carlia is the thief responsible for murdering the previous guildmaster, Gallus. Now she's after Mercer.
The Thoplicand.
Help? No, no. Look, I didn't even know it was her until after she contacted me. Please, you have to believe me. I don't know. When I asked her where she was going, she just muttered, where the end began. Here, take the Golden Glow estate deed as proof. And when you speak to Mercer, tell him I'm worth more to him alive.
And now we just talk to him again, because you get a lot more dialogue and stuff like that, so always do follow on
Tell you what,
dialogues.
If you need any stolen goods fenced, you bring them to me.
So now we've got another fence.
Good money for them. Consider me your new friend in the north. I asked her the same thing, and she wouldn't come out and tell me. But now that I know who she is, I'd say she's trying to hit the Thieves Guild where it hurts. Maven Blackbriar needs Golden Glow's honey for her mead. She's been using the guild to keep the estate under her thumb. If the owner cuts the guild out of the picture, he's cutting Maven out of the picture, which she can't afford. If I was Maven, I'd blame the guild for weakening and not being able to handle the place. Exactly. For the guild to survive, they need Maven's support. This Carlia must have spent a lot of time and resources planning this. Consider it a gift to ensure your silence. That thing seems to be bringing me nothing but trouble anyway.
Now, keeping the deed, I kind of hoped that you'd actually get the Golden Glow estate as a home.
See how well that went.
But sadly, it doesn't seem to be the case.
Now you won't forget to tell Mercer I cooperated, will you?
I'm not sure if anyone's done a mod where you do get to keep it. Anyway, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you the way out. And like I said, we go back to see Mercer Frey, and then I'll do the looting video as a separate video. I go through this little cave here full of orcas. I never bother killing orcas. I kind of feel sorry for them. Everybody kills them. And they're fairly harmless. They don't attack you often, so I'll only kill them if I need a tusk or something. Okay, so we've discovered Brine Water Grotto, so it's a nice way we can sneak back into the warehouse at any time we want to. And we'll head back to Riften. can see, I'm having to wear my my armour. That gives me extra carry weight because there was quite a lot of loot in there. Nothing fantastic, mind you, by the way. But I don't think your really good loot picks up to like after 40, level 40, I think. And so we'll just run up and see old Grumpy Pants himself.
Will I give up any information on our buyer? No, it can't be. I haven't heard that name in decades. This is brave news indeed. She's someone I hope to never cross paths with again. Carlia destroyed everything this guild stood for. She murdered my predecessor in cold blood and betrayed the guild. After we discovered what she'd done, we spent months trying to track her down, but she just vanished. Carlia and I were like partners. I went with her on every heist. We watched each other's backs. I know her techniques, her skills. If she kills me, there'll be no one left that could possibly catch her. If only we knew where she was. There's only one place that could be. A place where she murdered Gallus. A ruin called Snowvale Sanctum. We have to go out there before she disappears again.
Okay, that's ending Scoundrels Folly Quest, and we now begin the Speaking with Silence quest when things take a new twist. And hopefully you really enjoyed the video and you found it useful. Don't forget, the looting video is going to be posted separately, so please watch that because it's quite interesting. There's a few little hints in that. And if you've enjoyed the video, please leave a comment and smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.